I happen to be a SillyPseudonym. This happens to be a Nova Drift. And we're going to try suggestion by... I'm not even sure how to pronounce this. Sure. eszefvsdf. SDF. Very interesting combination of Solar Heart and Maelstrom. Now the problem is, of course, Maelstrom is going to be a tad difficult to get, but we're going to give it a shot and see. Okay, you already get the feeling of where this is going because we have Orbital Shield and no weapon, so yes. We're going to look for lots of energized shields, hidden powers, and Maelstrom, but of course, and all that good stuff. And eventually we're going to want Solar Hearts to help get our burn damage as high as we can reasonably expect it to be. Do I want to go ahead and save up for an Ataraxia? Ataraxia could be useful, it could not be. It really depends on how reliably we can get other things going. Thank you very much, Comet. That helped me a great deal. Do need to be a little bit careful. I am dependent on my shield for actually doing much of anything. Let's go ahead and look for all this shield stuff. Get the shield cooldown. Do I want orbs? Orbs could give me the damage I need to survive until later. But that passive shield cooldown would be very, very helpful. I think I take the orbs just because I would love the extra damage, and that is definitely not what we want. We're going to want the shield durability down into the Omni Shield. But do we want this now or later? Getting some volatile shields right now would be pretty good. But I think we just take the shield durability. Yeah, let's take the shield durability. Get these orbs going so they can help us kill these enemies a little bit faster. That's a convoy. I'd love to get any... Well, that wasn't what I was hoping it would be, but I will take what I can get. Feels weird having Blaster not trying to go down the route towards other weapons. And of course we could get a weapon and just give it up with hidden power, which is not the craziest idea in the world, but I feel like this is in the spirit of the challenge to have just the starting weapon and then build something hopefully quite powerful by the end of the day. Do we want this? Don't know. The crash damage could be useful, but we could also definitely use kinetic boost for the Apotheosis and the improved thrusters, and of course everything pretty much in the Candescence tree. Okay, what is going to help me the most now? The most is going to help me now is this improved thruster, so we can maneuver a little bit more easily through all this stuff. Okay. Trying to use the Orbital Shield to do a little extra damage. Of course, we do actually need the shield up to do that extra damage, but considering we're just using the basic starting blaster, we're actually doing pretty okay at the moment. I do want that barrier, but I'd also love this galvanic. It would increase our shield effect power, which will increase the damage we can do. And it also does burning revenge attack damage to anything nearby us. I think I have to pick that up. And if we get another wild mod, we would get yet another Orb of Discord. Get one more Orb of Discord for every 2 wild mods we own. Or does that mean we already get one now? Who knows? I can't do math. Don't remember. I assume it counts itself. Again, I love this armor and that reflexive shield, but stabilization down into strafe would be pretty good too. I think we get the reflexive shield just because that will tie in with our galvanic, and it will lead to the Omni Shield. We definitely want Omni Shield because our shield damage is going to be our primary damage source. Pretty quickly, I'm sure. Alright, good. Reroll, excellent. Want all of the rerolls. I'd love another galvanic, but do I get this Omni Shield right now? Passive shield regeneration, deadly wake. We want everything over here. I'm going to pick up the Omni Shield right now because I think that's going to be helpful in the short term. Though Galvanic is probably in the long run the better pick. I fully admit. Okay, that was not what I intended to do, but you know what, Comet? I'll let you do it. I'll even let you do that too. Sure. Go for it. Have fun. Evolutionary Niche. Now that's an interesting one. Evolutionary Niche will improve all of our gear powers, including shield effect radius, shield power, shield damage resistance. It does lower our rate of fire as well, but I do think that's going to be pretty useful. Of course, if we want to go down the rest of this tree, we will also be wanting damage resistance. On one hand, game, I do appreciate you giving me so many galvanics. On the other hand, I really do need to pick up other things. Decisions. I do wish I had more energized shields, truth be told. Let's get this armor. Come on. Need you to explode for me. There we go. Not as quickly as I would have liked, but you know what? I'll take everything I can get. Maybe I should get the opening of the tree for what is it even called? Essence sap and the like. Passive shield regeneration would be very nice now that we have Omni Shield. Don't really need the whole strength, and the burn damage would be welcome, as with the Solar Heart, but I think I want a little bit more leeway. At the very least, I want this passive shield regeneration before I get too involved in Solar Heart business. Stabilization, again, is nice, as is channeling. I think we get the channeling so we can get core shielding and the self-damage resistance that comes with it. Oop. Trying to get a little galvanic attack off there, but enemy's too far away to really make that work, I'm afraid. That's okay. And of course I should remember I don't have hidden power yet. I can shoot my weapon, just my weapon doesn't do as much damage often as just ramming the enemy would have. So yeah, it's not always a great one. Do I want a grandeur? I'm not against the idea. Barrier would also be welcome. Don't like how much it reduces our thrust and rotation speed, but... well, never mind. I'm happy with this pick. It will mean that we lose our weapon, but more damage, more hull, shielding, shield power, thrust, faster shield cooldown. That's pretty good. Again, I'd love the barrier and the kinetic boost and the solar heart, but we don't have not hidden power, but core shielding yet. This is a risk. This may kill us, but I'm gonna try it. One solar heart early on increases our burn damage quite a bit. That's going to mostly be things like our shield in this case, since that's the, well, burn damage we can do. As you can see that our orbs can get fairly large now. Unfortunately, they don't come back very quickly. I complain, and just in time for Energized Shield. Yes, please. Very much would be welcome to the idea of an Energized Shield in this particular instance. I hope I hope I didn't miss a Maelstrom there, because I might have. I just saw the Energized Shield and went, yes, that is what I need. I need more shields, please and thank you. You can do it, Orbs of Discord. Not quite enough to kill you, huh, Shielder? Oh well. I'll come back to you later. Right now I'm just going to do a little self-damage by running into things. Oh, not the beam weapon quite so much. But we did kill Omega fairly quickly, so... good. And there 'tis core shielding, though I would like the Candescence in these as well, but the core shielding is more armor and more self-damage resistance that will help our capabilities quite a bit. I want that burn damage and that barrier. Skirmish, that's the name. And efficiency, of course. Let's take the efficiency just because that extra 20% cooldown is pretty good. That's fairly strong, I think it would be safe to say. Now the question is, will I be able to pilot this well enough? How many solar hearts do we take so early? I'll take one more. But will I be able to pilot this well enough to actually survive? Yeah, those solar hearts are definitely hurting our shield regeneration quite a bit. But we have enough for now. So much we want. We want the extra shielding, the adrenal module stabilization, the deadly wake. Let's get this deadly wake for the extra burn damage. And I certainly wouldn't mind a blink to help us maneuver a little bit better. We will of course be taking Dying Star if and when we find such a creature. And once again, I need to make sure that I watch for Maelstrom. I'm often just picking up things that look good in the short term because I'm afraid of our shield cooldown and the like, and I do need to be more careful. Though I'm sure you dear commentators will let me know. Ooh, that's a nice big orb effect. Yeah, I'm sure you nice dear commentators will let me know if I make any huge misplays. Ooh, I want so much here. I'm going to take the Candescence for the burn damage. Corrosion or Adrenal Module? Let's take the Corrosion for the extra burn damage yet again. And for spraying that burn damage around. Take the Purification for even more burn damage. And a little bit of recovery for every enemy ignited. We can do that. Oh, so much to do, so little time. Or more accurately, so many mods I still wish to pick up. Nope. You go bye-bye. So do you. Excellent. There we go. So much free experience. Do enjoy seeing these orbs get so big, so strong. Is it time, dear friends? Dying Star. Ignite everything in a huge radius. Burn damage is increased proportionally to your proximity to target and your missing shields and hull. Ignite duration increased by plus 30% and burn damage increased by 20%, but we constantly take 11 self-damage per second. But at least we have purification. That'll help us out, right? Right. This is going to be interesting. Haven't tried a Dying Star heavy build in quite some time, so that'll be interesting. You want the Adrenal, the Barrier, probably. Shield cooldown may not be great, but I like the idea of our shields not going down to one big hit. And of course, Volatile Shields is nice. I think I take Barrier here just because I am concerned. About crashing into an enemy and then just dying. I don't like the shield cooldown reduction, but again, we need some protection from a big hit from, say, a Juggernaut or a Bulwark or a Chomper, just for an example. Maybe should take Chaotic Ambition, just giving us more wild mods. That will give us a better opportunity to find even more energized shields and the like. Not an energized shield, but Scorching Wake isn't horrible. Volatile Shields, however, I think is even better. More maximum shielding, and, well, if our shield breaks, we just die. We could go with the illusion that maybe we'll survive long enough to really utilize energized shields, but that is not a likely outcome. I think it would be safe to say. Alright, just everyone there die. Excellent. I do want to get down to Strafe. I really do want to get down to Strafe. But I also want Blink, and I also want this Transmorg. I don't like losing all of our rerolls, though. If we didn't have so many stockpiled, I would probably take that. Also, we want kinetic boost for the Apotheosis and everything else that goes with it. Let's take this kinetic boost and see if that's enough to help us out. Let the Dying Star burn these things to death. Turns out that's a good thing for a Dying Star to do. I could see going for deflagration with this build, but I don't know if it's enough damage. Now that is an interesting one. Explosive growth would give us a lot of wild mods, though it also banishes it. Still, getting 4 energized shields would be pretty useful. And of course it does help us get more Orbs of Discord. Alright, Warbringer. Where art thou? Trying to get in some good hits while our orbs are nice and sizable. Put our shield back, take a little damage, and zoom in for even more hits. Galvanic is not energized shields, but it's still pretty tempting. More shield effect power will mean our orbs do a little bit more damage. Good enough. Now that does banish the Galvanic, but that's fine. We can hopefully now focus on energized shields as our main take. Not very nice of you, Celestial. Already seeing our voids up here, huh? Skirmish for the direct damage isn't horrible, but I don't know if I want anything else here. Ah, now this is interesting. Another Grandeur is actually tempting, but that's also another evolutionary niche, as well as Adrenal Module and Celestial Lance and Defiance, egads. Everything but the Purge and the Hypermetabolism are quite interesting to me here. I like the Defiance because that is more self-damage resistance. That will help us quite a bit when it comes to our Dying Star and our Solar Heart. Evolutionary Niche, of course, will improve our shield effect power and its damage resistance. I think I just go with the Defiance. I don't know if that's the best option here, but I think it is in many ways the safer option at the moment. I'm not entirely certain. I am curious to see how all this will work. Though it does decent damage, you cannot say otherwise, not honestly. It is helping us kill lots of enemies very, very quickly. I want that blink, but I really, really need to get down here to strafe one day. Let's start doing that. Will allow us to use stabilization ability to slow down a bit. Does give us a little bit of extra thrust. Helps make up for the earlier Juggernaut. Or Grandeur, I should say. That's the word. I've only been playing this game for 900 hours. I don't know what these things are. I don't know what I'm doing. Doop-de-doop-de-doop. I probably haven't been playing it that long. I sometimes just leave the background music on while I'm editing things, while I'm making thumbnails and the like. I'll just leave it on in the background. Listen to the menu music. Dying Star, helping us kill off all of these little swarmlings very quickly. Very welcome. Aegis. Emergency systems is probably not going to do much for us. Agility is nice, gets us down to strafe. I very much like that. Celestial Lance is more burn damage. I think I take this agility. We could definitely use some agility when it comes to fighting Seraph here. Alright, shield cooldown, I need you to do that number for me for a bit. Shielder, I need you to die so you don't do that. At least not quite so often, if you don't mind. Just running into things at the moment. Maybe I should have gotten that crash damage after all. As long as we stand near the enemy, we'll do a decent amount of damage just by, well, Dying Star near them. It's not nothing. Let me discharge turrets. I thought you were going to shield it. I wasn't even trying to do much damage because I was sure you're going to be invincible, Seraph. My error. How annoying. If it weren't for strafe, I would winnow this. But I want that strafe. So I get the strafe. And maybe even use it every now and again. Who knows? Alright, blink displacement would be nice. Apotheosis will probably be decent. Scorching Wake to do more burn damage inside of enemies once we have Apotheosis especially. And all of the energized shields we could possibly find. And we still haven't found a Maelstrom. Maelstrom would be nice. Yeah. You want that Apotheosis, but the Scorching Wake would be good. I think we have to take this, though. That way, Friend Comet will zip right through us without injuring us at all. We will have a problem with Singularity still, but Friend Comet is no longer too bad of a problem for us. Do need to remember that the revenge attack from Bulwark still very much does work. Yeah, that's not the combination I was hoping for. Good, good. And it even exploded near enough to Bulwark that it absorbed a good bit of the burn damage. All the better. Alright, Bulwark, you're still here, I see. Crash damage doesn't really matter much now that we have Apotheosis. Adrenal Module is nice. But do I dare risk having yet another Solar Heart? Let's hope this isn't too much, because, yeah, we're very dependent now on our shield cooldown keeping us alive, rather than our passive shield regeneration. This is going to be interesting. But I guess the good news is that our orbital shield is now active all the time, pretty much. We're taking so much self-damage that our orbitals keep on orbiting. Not too bad thus far. I'm a little paranoid of it, but you know what? We're surviving. Kinda, sort of. You need to be a little careful against some of these enemies. Like Celestials, for example. You know, just an example off the top of my head. Alright, that's tolerably okay. Farsight, I don't think I need. We're not going to be standing still much. Don't want the Last Stand polar inversion, not all that useful. I will take this blink. That will also unlock the displacement and give us another way of moving around. What else do we want? Lots and lots of energized shields, and Maelstrom would be nice. I feel like I almost certainly have skipped Maelstrom. I was just so tunnel visioned, focusing on other things, that I missed it. I could be wrong. I've definitely gone entire runs without seeing Maelstrom, but I feel like that's definitely something that's happened here today. could just be my paranoia. Okay, these little swarmlings are not going to last long with Dying Star nearby. I'm out. I'm out. You only feed my power. Erosion makes the burn damage grow more and more. Rebuke isn't bad, but I want this displacement so we can blink more often and essentially combine our strafe and blink together. So we can, for example, blink to the right, left, what have you. Could be useful. And if nothing else, again, blink cooldown reduction, pretty handy in a lot of circumstances. Kind of wish I'd saved that explosive growth for an energized shields, but the galvanic has still been pretty useful. Hard to say it's been a wasted pickup, just I'd love a bit higher shield cooldown now. It always makes me nervous not to see that health bar ticking back up at a fairly rapid rate. There you are. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Adrenal Module and Scorching Wake, both good. Spontaneous Generation isn't horrible. I want this Scorching Wake so we have one more burn damage source, and that will let me do a little bit more damage when I'm inside of enemies with my Apotheosis. And of course it helps our Solar Heart do a little bit more damage too, so win-win for all concerned. The self-damage, I'm sure, is just a minor formality that won't really matter, right? Right. I can see why this build is pretty good. It is strong, though I'm not very practiced at it. So I doubt I'll be able to reach any significant heights, but I can definitely see the appeal. I definitely see the appeal. Trying to not be directly in the way of the enemy, but still close enough I can get some burn damage on them. Do need to be careful because I'm about to explode. Oh yeah, our shield barely recovered in time. Barely. More energized shields, please. Oh, poor basic chompers, you don't have much of a chance against us. You need something with a little bit more damage. It doesn't rely so much on the whole chomping bit. Double tap doesn't do much for us. I do want Celestial Lance, but boy, I really need that shield cooldown, I think. We don't have any reason to use that Death Blossom. Rebuke is fine. Energize shields. I'll take that. What is our cooldown down to now? 6.06. Shield cooldown is 5.56. Alright. That's okay. Guess we're hoping for a revelation. And again, I did not even think to look at the other options. Yes. Keep telling myself to look for the other options to make sure there's no Maelstrom or the like there, but I saw the energized shields and immediately went, yes please. One of those please. No, I don't care what else you have on the shelf. Just want the energized shield. As long as we get away from those things before they explode, we're fine. That's all fine. Too much damage. I'd have to try that again, but that's a fun one. I do enjoy that. I need to do that and make a big sticky note to make sure I always look for Maelstrom before I look at any other mods. Still, that was a lucky explosive growth. I just wish I used it on Energized Shield instead of Galvanic. Galvanic was good, but Energized Shield would have been much more helpful. I'm going to have to try that again, but that is a very good suggestion. Keep on giving it a try and we'll see. However, for now, I do thank you all for stopping by.